Keith Gustafson says, "What's the best award you've received as an artist?" Fuck, I don't know if I've ever received any award. um, for real. No Grammys here. No Billboard Music Awards here. No MTV Music Awards. Like nothing. Um, but like, don't make me get started on these award shows. It's all just bureaucracy and politics and bullshit. Like, I'm probably never gonna win an award. Um, but it has nothing to do with the quality of the music or the impactfulness of the songs, um, or anything. It has everything to do with the type of music we make, the type of music I make, the the movement that we've created. This is very very everything that we're doing is very very counterculture, and it's very very against the grain, and it's very against the popular mainstream narrative. And for those reasons, like, they are never they are never going to acknowledge us. They're never going to acknowledge us on any mainstream platform, and give us sort of they're never going to give us the accolades we deserve, because we don't what we're doing over here doesn't fit into their perfect little box. It doesn't fit into what they want the award winners to be, to look like, to sound like, to think like. We don't fit that narrative. We don't. So you know, that's why it's so funny to me. That's why it's so important to me that we get number ones on Billboard and stuff, because they can't stop it. It's like you have to tally the numbers. And when our numbers are higher than anybody else, you have no choice but to award us the number one spot. So it's like, to me, it's less about being like, yay, we're number one. And it's more about being like, fuck the music industry. There's nothing that you can do about this. And it's just a huge slap in the face to the music industry. And I love that. I think that's fucking so great. Um, so yeah, greatest award, man, there isn't one. And to be completely honest, it'd be cool to get a Grammy, but you know what's way cooler than getting a Grammy? Being yourself, making the music that you want to make, maintaining your morals, having creative control, talking about the shit you want to talk about, making the songs you want to make, thinking how you want to think, and empowering millions of people that think the same way. That's way more important than a fucking Grammy. It's way cooler than an MTV Music Award or a Billboard Music Award or whatever. So fuck, my best award is no award. My best award is everything that we've done independently, as a community, as a unit together. Hmm. Danny Bishop says, "Do you still post stories on Facebook? Because I never see them." I post stories on Facebook every single day. Again, it's like these platforms are not going to like give you guys my content. They're not going to make it easy for you guys to find my content. So just check my Facebook, check my Instagram, check my Twitter, check my YouTube. You're not going to get my updates, so you're going to have to update yourself. Just check my pages and see what's going on. I'd appreciate it. Sailor Josh says, "Do you know Steve O? Because I think it would be awesome if you're on his podcast." I do not know Steve O. But Steve O is fucking rad, and his podcast is really, really dope. I would love to. I would love to go on Steve O's podcast. I think we'd probably have a blast. Debbie Deaton says, "How long have you and Nova been together, and how did it come about? It seems like a literal match made by the gods. Y'all are both so incredibly talented, and your connection is so inspiring." Um, oh, I've told this story many times before, but um, Nova and I met in Canada. Nova was throwing a rap show. I think it was Nova's first rap show that she was throwing all by herself. And I had just started rapping, and I'd never performed live at all, ever. And was asking around to some other rappers in town, like, hey, like, where do you guys perform? And is there any shows coming up? And where can I get on a rap show? And somebody said, oh, this girl Nova is throwing this rap show. You should see if you can get on it. So I emailed Nova, and Nova said, "Send me some of your songs, and if they're good, then you can be on my show." And the songs were fucking horrible. They're terrible. But Nova probably thought I was cute because she let me on the show. Um, and like, I don't know, a week or two later, I met up with her in sort of like the club district in Canada, because she wanted help putting up posters for the rap show. So I helped Nova poster the entire avenue the day before the rap show, and that's how we met. And we've been together. We've been best friends for like 14 or 15 years, and we've been together for like 5 or 6 years, which is pretty cool. Nova says 6. We've been together for 6 years and 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we've been together for 6. Don't forget about it. We've been wait. We will have been together for 6 years in 2 weeks, or we've been together for 6 years and 2 weeks.
No, you had heard about it. It was 6 years and 2 weeks.
Okay, got you. Kristen Dubois says, "What kind of cars do you own?" I don't own any cars. Not a big car guy, man. Never been a big car guy. Plus, it feels weird. Like, okay, I was just talking about like when these songs go number one on Billboard and stuff, and it's like I feel like it has very little to do with me and a lot to do with you guys and the work that you guys do, downloading the songs and sharing the videos and shit. It seems like almost insulting if I went out and like bought a Lamborghini or bought a big diamond chain or like just did some stupid shit with money. It just feels like this is a career that's been built by all of us together, and it feels disrespectful for me to go out and buy a fancy car or buy a fancy chain or just do irresponsible, frivolous shit with money. So I don't have any cars, nothing fancy, and I've never been a big car guy regardless. So there you go. That's probably the lamest answer that any rapper is ever going to give you to a question like that, but there you go. Brittany S. Lynch says, "How do I get my voice noticed? I'm a local musician and I want to go further." Man, everybody does it different. Just everybody has these different success stories. And I think that the business model used to be about creating albums and touring those albums and having this live show and being on the road as often as possible and doing things that way. But I think that the business model's changed. I think the greatest tool that we all have at our disposal is no longer a 40 date tour where you travel the country. I think the greatest tool that we all have is the internet, is being able to actually talk to people and reach people. And I think that music videos are key. I think that if you want to get noticed, I think that you just have to stay true to yourself and be real in your music. The world is so full of so much fake shit these days. It's so easy to cut through all that bullshit if you're just willing to stand up for the truth and be yourself and not be ashamed of who you are and not be afraid of getting canceled and just doing you and saying what you want to say and thinking how you want to think. And I think that if you can do that, and if you're brave enough to put yourself out there in that manner and do it on the internet and use the internet that's at your disposal to its full potential, I think that's how you get your voice out there. I think that's how you get your voice noticed. Chevy O'Kelly says, "Will you do meet and greets when you're on tour?" We don't really do meet and greets. I think it's weird that like a lot of artists go on tour and they charge people for VIP meet and greets, and it's like I just don't like that. Like, if I wanted to meet my favorite musician, um, I wouldn't want to like do that on the basis of I paid $100 to do it. I would like to just meet my favorite musician just in life in a regular type of way. So we don't do meet and greets. Um, we don't charge people extra. I show up to shows like 3, 4 hours early. I stand in line with people. I hang out with people. I stay at shows 2, 3 hours late. I take photos with everyone. I shake hands. I autograph everything. I just do all that stuff because I think it's important. And and we don't charge people for it or make it formal like a meet and greet or anything like that. We just hang out and meet as many people as possible. So we do meet and greets. We just do them in a very unofficial, informal, way. Jamie Eaton says, "Can you please give my wife Julie Eaton a happy 4th anniversary shout out? It's our daughter's anniversary. Also, she's a huge fan, and I have to listen to you all the time." So shout out to Jamie and Julie Eaton. Happy anniversary! Happy anniversary to your daughter as well, and a lot of love to the whole family. I appreciate you guys. Bum, bum, bum. Matthew Peterson says, "I've dropped hints to both artists, but have you considered a collab with either Kid Rock or Five Finger Death Punch?" So the lead singer of Five Finger Death Punch, posted Fake Woke the other day on his TikTok or on his Instagram or something, and a lot of people told me about it. So I hit him up and I was like, "Hey, dude, I just saw you posted Fake Woke. Just wanted you to let you know I'm a huge fan of Five Finger Death Punch. I love you guys, and I do." And he actually hit me back and said, "Cool, man. Like that's amazing. If you ever want to do a duet sometime, let's talk about it." So I hit him back and said, I'd love to work on something with you or you guys or however it works out. I'd love to do it. So let's jump on the phone." And I didn't hear back from him. I know he's on tour right now and he's doing a bunch of stuff, so he's probably super busy. But if you're a Five Finger Death Punch fan, reach out to them. Tell him Tom MacDonald messaged him back, sent him his phone number, and he wants to do a collab. So you guys let him know for me.